Hi, my name is Jacob and this is my physics project video, and the title of this project is Lacks in Physics. I wanted to do this video about lacrosse because I used to play lacrosse when I was younger and I stopped before I came to high school or before I came to college. And I think lacrosse represents all of these forces, and I asked my friend Julia if she wanted to be part of the video and she said absolutely no problem. So in the video you can see Julia playing wall ball about 3 to 4 times, and I wanted to make sure I got a good lengthy video to make sure I had enough time to discuss all the topics. And there's about several different forces, but I chose the main ones that I wanted to talk about because a lot of the forces that I talked about in this video I had trouble understanding. But now that I have this video, it's sort of like a reference guide and like a study guide to help me. I have a pretty good basic understanding of all of the forces now. I hope this video is also like a teaching mechanism for other people and that these forces make sense in the video. Making this video, it helped me understand a lot more about the forces, and with a lot of, research about the forces, I have a really good understanding and I grasped a good idea, and that idea led to doing lacrosse for the main aspect of this video. I want to use this video as almost a study guide to help me when I have trouble. Understanding or remembering these forces, and I think it will be a really good reference for me. And yeah, so I hope you enjoy the video. The first force that is really noticeable here is applied force, and you can see that when Julia throws the ball, she basically applied a force to propel it towards the wall. Gravity is basically acting throughout this entire process of Julia throwing the ball. The force of gravity acts on the ball throughout its flight, pulling it downward. Normal force, upon hitting the wall exerts a normal force on the ball, which is equal and opposite to the force the ball exerts on the wall. Friction, I think friction's pretty easy here. If the ball slides against the wall, friction can affect its movement depending on the wall's surface texture. With the wall that Julie was throwing on, she was in the bubble, and the wall seemed to be pretty smooth, so friction there was pretty much normal, I would say. Momentum, the ball experiences a change in momentum when colliding with the wall and then rebounds back towards you. So basically when Julia throws the ball towards the wall and then she catches it with her stick. And catch force, which once again we didn't really learn about this, but when Julia catches the ball with her stick, she's exerting a force to decelerate it. Julia's stick basically absorbs the momentum of the ball and does it over and over again, and you can see that in the video. Alright, so this is the summary part of the video, and the sole focus on this video is to go more in depth about normal force, applied force, momentum, friction, gravity, and catch force. And even though we didn't learn a lot about catch force, I thought it would be a good idea to put it into this video to kind of go back. And if we ever learned about catch force, I can come back to this video and kind of have a basic understanding of it. We talked about everything else but catch force, but this video project has helped me understand everything else a lot more. So now I have a really good basic understanding about all the other forces that were said. I decided to choose lacrosse because I think it was a pretty good reference tool to kind of talk about these forces, and since I couldn't only choose one topic, I decided to choose 4 separate topics and put them into one video. But I had my friend Julia help me with the lacrosse aspect of it. She's demonstrating throwing the ball against the bubble and catching it with a lacrosse stick, and even then there's still so many forces that are happening. With throwing the ball against the wall with a lacrosse stick, there are several forces applied, and each of these forces play a dynamic role of the throw, the collision, and the catch. And a lot of people don't understand that there are a lot of there's a lot of gravity happening, but they might not know when the gravity is happening. But in the video, kind of go in depth about that. Timing and technique are both extremely crucial to effectively handle the ball. And you can see that Julie's kind of cradling it like this and then throwing it again. That also has a lot to do with like momentum and applied force and friction and stuff like that. but I kind of mentioned everything in the video, and I hope it all makes sense, and I hope that this could be a reference tool to other students who might have a little bit harder of a time understanding about physics. But in general, everything that I talked about, I have a basic understanding of, and that I hope it makes sense to other people, and I hope it makes sense to my professor.